Have you ever wondered what might happen if the universe's most terrifying weapons were suddenly consumed as drinks? What if humanity discovered that the deadliest force in the galaxy, feared for centuries, could be sipped casually from a bottle? Welcome to Galactic Conundrums, where the universe's deepest mysteries unfold before your eyes. In today's episode, we explore the astonishing transformation of an alien weapon that has ended entire wars into something far more unexpected. From the depths of the Lumy's chilling history to the shocking revelation that their greatest weapon has become Earth's finest luxury spirit, join us as we uncover the incredible tale of hydro weapons and how they became the galaxy's most coveted drink. Get ready to embark on a journey into the unknown. Don't forget to subscribe, because you won't want to miss what we have in store next. The truth is out there, and it's more incredible than you can imagine. The boundless expanse of space, where stars flicker like distant memories. A vast armada of Lumy warships glides through the void, their translucent, gel-like hulls shimmering with eerie bioluminescence. The warships move in perfect harmony, like a fluid, silent river coursing through the darkness. In the immeasurable depths of the galaxy, among countless civilizations vying for power, no weapon inspired more primal fear than the hydro weapons of the Lumy. A race born from liquid and light, the Lumy commanded the forces of water and chemistry as if by instinct, molding their environment as effortlessly as they breathed. The camera zooms in on a Lumy warship, its pulsating core illuminating the thick, gelatinous membrane of its structure. Turrets swivel with liquid precision, aiming vast tubes brimming with a shimmering, crystalline fluid, the infamous hydro weapons. To most species, the sight of a hydro core was synonymous with death. Just one drop of their hydrochemical compound, delicate, elegant, deceptively beautiful, could liquefy organic matter in mere seconds. Whole battalions melted into nothing but viscous puddles of bioorganic sludge, their forms dissolving back into the ground like wasted memories. A flashback sequence unfolds, an alien armada opposing the Lumy fleet. The alien ships, vast and formidable, unleash energy blasts that burn through space. The Lumy ships respond, ejecting streams of liquid death into the void. The substance splashes across the hulls of enemy ships, seeping through gaps, burning through metal and flesh alike. Crew members scream as their bodies collapse into formless puddles, their agony brief and absolute. Entire armadas perished without a chance to retaliate. It was not just the weapon's potency, but the chilling inevitability of their demise that struck fear into their hearts. To see the luminescent stream arcing toward them was to know they were already dead. Cut to scenes of conquered worlds. Alien soldiers, once proud and disciplined, now kneel in despair. Lumy warriors move through the devastation, their gel-like forms absorbing the ambient moisture, their presence like spirits of death wandering a world that no longer dares to resist. Many civilizations chose submission over the certainty of annihilation. Even the most fearless warriors could not stand against the power that reduced their legends to liquid remnants. Prisoners whispered tales of the liquid doom, their nightmares painted with memories of the cold, relentless tide that swept through their lines and left nothing behind. Visual transition. The stars blur, blending into a liquid vortex, as a planet looms into view. Lumar, the home world of the Lumy. The planet's surface shimmers with vast, gel-like oceans and translucent citadels suspended within swirling liquid columns. But in the endless void, where empires rise and fall, one species remained untouched by fear. One species whose reaction to death itself was not terror, but something altogether unthinkable, something that would change everything. As the voice fades, the camera pans across a sleek human spacecraft approaching Lumar, its metallic surface starkly contrasting with the fluid world below. The ship glides through the mist, descending into the luminous cityscape where moisture hangs like a shimmering fog. The military district of Lumar, a sprawling, surreal cityscape that defies human understanding. Towering structures, formed from living membrane tissue, rise like colossal droplets frozen in mid-drip. Their surfaces continuously secrete a thin, shimmering layer of moisture, which slides down in rhythmic pulses, merging into shallow canals that crisscross the ground like veins carrying vital fluids. The air is thick, saturated with a humid mist that refracts the faint bioluminescent glow emanating from the structures themselves. Sound, a low, almost musical hum resonates through the air, the deep thrum of organic machinery embedded in the very fabric of the buildings. The pathways are shallow canals filled with viscous, gelatinous fluid that sloshes gently with each subtle vibration, guided by unseen forces. General Viral. Cadet Hunter, your selection for this program was no coincidence. You are the first human to train with our elite Hydro Corps. Eli Hunter. Neat. He glances upward, his eyes following the line of a towering, semi-translucent structure. A faint, glistening liquid seeps from the apex, cascading down in slow, hypnotic rivulets that never seem to reach the ground. Instead, they are absorbed back into the base, leaving the surface perpetually moist but never drenched. Eli squints at the phenomenon, visibly confused. Eli. Hey, how do you keep these buildings from, dripping all the way down? Narrator. General Viral's translucent body rippled with irritation, his fluid membranes pulsating faintly, betraying his growing impatience. To the Lumy, architecture was not merely construction, it was a symbiosis, a living harmony of moisture and energy, nurtured through centuries of evolution. But to the human, it was merely odd. General Viral. Your daily routine will be strictly regulated. These halls witnessed the creation of weapons that ended the Great Lake conflict. This is a sacred place, Cadet Hunter, not an amusement ground. Eli. Cool. Can I take some home as a souvenir? The surrounding Lumy officers, their gel-like bodies shifting with waves of unease, exchanged glances filled with both confusion and concern. To them, the concept of collecting a piece of their sacred architecture as a trinket was incomprehensible, a breach of reverence they had never imagined. Sound, a deep, undulating resonance rolls through the structure, as if the building itself had sensed the human's disrespectful curiosity. Moisture droplets momentarily increase in volume, forming thick, viscous streams that pulse in rhythm with General Viral's agitation. General Viral. These structures represent the pinnacle of Lumy civilization built from the very essence of our world. They do not serve as souvenirs for idle curiosity. Eli. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, General. Narrator. To the Lumy, water was life-shaped, controlled, and revered. To Eli Hunter, it was simply wet. In that vast gap of understanding, an entire culture remained incomprehensible to the human mind. Visual. Eli walks ahead without waiting for permission, dragging his fingers through the thin, gel-like film coating the walls. It parts effortlessly, as if recognizing his touch, leaving a faint trail of ripples behind. General Viral watches, his surface tension visibly increasing, his bioluminescent glow pulsing erratically as he struggles to comprehend the human's lack of reverence. Training facility, a vast, domed chamber filled with an eerie, otherworldly glow. Rows upon rows of transparent cases line the curved walls, each one containing a cylindrical weapon filled with a pulsating, luminescent liquid. The liquid shimmers with hues of sapphire and emerald, shifting subtly as though alive, its radiance casting ghostly reflections across the moist, organic floor. The air is thick with a damp, metallic tang, mingling with a faint scent of whetstone and ozone. The luminescent liquid seems to emit a soft, haunting hum, harmonizing with the rhythmic throbbing of the facility's fluid conduits. The walls pulse with subtle vibrations, amplifying the sense of unease that pervades the chamber. General Viral. One drop can dissolve organic matter instantly. Treat these weapons with respect. Eli Hunter. Smells kind of sweet. Are you sure this isn't just, like, some alien cocktail? The case in front of him hums with an almost melodic resonance, the liquid within swirling faster as if agitated by his presence. The light refracts through the fluid, creating kaleidoscopic patterns on Eli's face. He leans in closer, taking a cautious sniff, his eyes lighting up with curiosity rather than fear. Lumy officers. Did he just ask to drink it? Their gelatinous bodies quiver with palpable shock, the edges of their translucent forms blurring as if destabilized by sheer disbelief. One officer instinctively ripples backward, their bioluminescent glow dimming in a reflexive display of alarm. Another wraps a manipulator tightly around their own torso, as if bracing against the absurdity unfolding before them. Narrator. As Eli continued to show more interest in tasting the weapons than studying them, the Lumy officers grew increasingly anxious. To them, these were sacred implements of destruction, artifacts honed through centuries of mastery over fluid manipulation. Yet, to the human, they seemed nothing more than exotic curiosities, potentially, even refreshments. General Viral. These are not beverages, Cadet Hunter. These are hydro weapons, forged from our most potent compounds. One drop, just one, can dissolve your body into formless organic residue. Eli. Yeah, but, are you sure? I mean, it kind of looks like some fancy alien liqueur. You know, aged to perfection or something. The general's translucent form tenses, moisture streaming down his arms in thin, trembling rivulets. His internal channels pulse visibly, indicating a heightened state of stress. Around him, Lumy officers share incredulous glances, their organic membranes shifting in distress. Eli. Just saying. I've seen drinks back on Earth that look way worse than this. You ever seen what humans call moonshine? Stuff's practically a biohazard. General Viral. Our weapons are not recreational substances. They are calibrated to destroy, not to intoxicate. Narrator. Yet, beneath the Lumy's dignified fear lay a seed of doubt, one that spread like a ripple through their collective understanding. Could it be possible that the deadly concoction respected and feared for millennia might hold another, entirely unexpected purpose? One that not even the most visionary of Lumy had considered. Eli glances at the other cases, eyeing the different colors and swirling patterns with an intrigued expression, completely oblivious to the growing tension around him. He reaches out to lightly tap on the glass, causing the liquid inside to ripple and shift in response, almost as if beckoning him to indulge. General Viral. Step away from the containment unit. You have no comprehension of what you're dealing with. Eli. All right. Chill out. You guys are wound up tighter than a pressure keg. I get it, don't touch the magic water. The room falls into uneasy silence, save for the gentle hum of the fluid within the cases. The Lumy officers continue to eye Eli with wary, disbelieving glances, while General Viral struggles to comprehend the human's casual indifference to what the Lumy consider the ultimate weapon. Narrator. To the Lumy, the hydro weapons were untouchable artifacts of war, forged from fear and necessity. To Eli Hunter, they were an enigma, a curiosity, perhaps even an opportunity. And in that clash of perception, an unspoken truth lingered, just beyond the reach of logic. Eli's quarters, a dimly lit chamber, walls covered in a thin, moist film that shimmers faintly in the low light. The room has been subtly altered from its sterile, military design. Makeshift brewing equipment is scattered across the desk, tubes, vials, and small filtration devices rigged together with human ingenuity and bits of Lumy technology. Several containers of hydro weapon fluid sit on a shelf, their luminescent glow pulsing gently. The air is thick with a strange, sweet aroma, almost intoxicating on its own. Eli Hunter. Fascinating. This stuff has the consistency of high-proof liquor. Smooth finish with a little burn. Definitely top shelf. He takes a careful sip from a small shot glass made out of a modified test tube, swirling the fluid thoughtfully. The liquid slides down his throat with a subtle warmth, leaving a tingling sensation on his tongue. Eli smacks his lips, savoring the complexity of the flavor. He sets the vial down next to a handwritten notebook filled with diagrams and tasting notes, the pages annotated with phrases like mild acidic bite, lingering floral notes, and perfect for distilling. Narrator. Unknown to the Lumy, Eli wasn't just an ordinary cadet. He was an avid brewing enthusiast, a man who had spent years experimenting with Earth's strongest liquors and distilled spirits. To him, The hydro weapons were not tools of war, but rather the most exotic and luxurious moonshine he had ever encountered. Eli. It's almost like a high-grade vodka, but with a weird mineral kick. Maybe something in the molecular structure? Could be some kind of fermentation catalyst. Whatever it is, it's potent, and tastes like a mix between absinthe and fire. He sets the vial down next to a small data pad displaying chemical compositions and density readings. A makeshift centrifuge spins slowly on the corner of the desk, separating some of the more viscous elements from the clearer liquid. A collection of labeled vials sit in a rack: Batch 1, Floral; Batch 2, Sharp Burn; Batch 3, Smooth Finish. Sound: a faint, rhythmic pulsing can be heard through the walls, likely the moisture circulation system humming in sync with Eli's experimental setup. The door to his quarters opens without warning, the air pressure shifting as Dr. Kellen steps in, holding a handheld scanner that glows with spectral light. She halts abruptly, her membrane quivering with disbelief as her eyes take in the sight of Eli casually sipping from the vial. Dr. Kellen. Cadet Hunter, what in the void are you doing? Eli. Evening, Doc. Just running some quality tests. Gotta say, your weapons have quite the kick. Narrator. To Eli, it was simply an experiment, a quest for the ultimate drink. To Dr. Kellen, it was madness, a human consuming the most lethal substance known to their kind. The idea seemed almost laughable, yet there he was, alive and well. Dr. Kellen. This is impossible. Your cellular integrity should be dissolving. There's no logical explanation for. Eli. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But turns out, your so-called hydro weapons are just really intense spirits. Kind of like Earth moonshine. I've had worse, honestly. Dr. Kellen. I must report this. General Viral needs to be informed immediately. Setting change, Command Center. Monitors flicker with surveillance footage from Eli's quarters. Dr. Kellen presents her data to General Viral, whose translucent body has taken on a darker hue, a sign of profound disturbance. The atmosphere in the room feels tense, thickened by the humid air and the weight of incomprehension. Dr. Kellen. General Viral, the human seems to be sampling the weapons. And not just one, multiple samples are unaccounted for. General Viral. He's drinking them. Dr. Kellen. Yes, sir. And according to my calculations, his physiology remains completely intact. The lethal effects appear non-existent. Narrator. To the Lumy, the idea that their most fearsome weapon was nothing more than a drinkable spirit was nothing short of blasphemy. Yet the proof was undeniable. Eli Hunter remained unharmed, casually sipping the liquid that had destroyed countless beings. General Viral. This cannot be possible. Humans, drinking weapons? This could shatter everything we understand about our technology, and about them. Dr. Kellen. It already has, sir. Visual, General Viral turns to the holographic display, watching Eli on the screen, leaning back with his makeshift cocktail, completely oblivious to the monumental revelation he has just created. The weight of realization presses down on the room like a suffocating mist. Military Command Room, a circular chamber deep within the heart of the Lumar stronghold. The walls are semi-translucent, alive with a constant, slow ripple like the skin of a giant submerged creature. Glowing veins of biolight pulse through the structure, illuminating the space in rhythmic waves. In the center of the room hovers the multidimensional projection table, displaying layers of shifting data, molecular schematics, and live surveillance feeds from Eli's quarters. The atmosphere is thick both with humidity and rising disbelief. The senior members of the Lumy High Command are arranged in a traditional ripple formation, their bodies quivering in tight, controlled motions that betray their distress. Captain Solar. Sir, the human is completely unaffected by the substance. Vital signs are stable. No cell damage. No liquefaction. The chamber falls into momentary silence. Moisture clings to every surface. One of the ambient mist streams detaches from the ceiling, spiraling downward like a sentient tear. General Viral. This makes no sense. That fluid has ended wars. It dissolved fleets. Our deadliest weapon. He trails off, stunned. Is just a drink to him. The projection zooms in on Eli, lounging comfortably on his bunk. In his hand is a small bottle, formerly a high-grade hydrocell, now half empty. The human swirls the glowing liquid like a sommelier evaluating vintage wine. Eli Hunter. Hey, General. This one's got a real kick to it. You guys really know how to age your booze. The Lumy officers twitch collectively, their fluid forms fluctuating with panic. A wave of condensation breaks across the walls. Several sensors spike with temperature irregularities, an involuntary environmental reaction to stress. General Viral. Cadet Hunter, are you telling me that humans willingly consume substances that would dissolve us on contact? Eli. Yeah. We call it alcohol. Vodka, rum, whiskey, you name it. Yours is, well, yours is something else. You've basically created the galaxy's finest liquor. I'm telling you, this could be huge back on Earth. He takes another sip, smacks his lips thoughtfully, and jots something into a leather-bound notebook labeled Tasting Log, Lumar Edition. The Lumy projection table flickers with real-time molecular analysis. Weapon concentration, 100%. Toxicity, fatal to 93% of known species. Effect on subject human, enhanced mood. Mild euphoria. Desire to share experience. Narrator. The revelation rippled through the chamber like a tremor through still water. The weapon that defined a civilization's might, crafted through centuries of bioengineering and elemental mastery, had been casually swallowed by a visitor from a distant world. And not only survived, but enjoyed. Captain Solar. If this is true, then everything we believed about our military supremacy, about the nature of the hydro compound, it all changes. General Viral. No, it has already changed. The camera lingers on the display, zooming in on Eli's contented expression as he sketches bottle shapes beside weapon diagrams. Beside him, two small flasks labeled Batch 7, Floral Acidic, and Batch 8, Smoke Mineral, glow faintly under ambient light. The room trembles, not from impact but from the magnitude of realization. Narrator. One species' apocalypse was another's aperitif. In that moment, the Lumy understood that their greatest fear had become humanity's newest indulgence. The line between weapon and pleasure had blurred, and the galaxy would never be the same. Lumy Distillery, a sprawling, humid facility now transformed from a high-security military compound into a sleek, eerily serene production line. The space hums with a quiet, rhythmic pulse of bioengineered machinery, its walls now shimmering with reflective surfaces that catch the glow of soft bioluminescence. The once heavy, opaque barriers around the hydro weapons are gone, replaced by elegant, transparent glass containers that hold the precious liquid like treasures awaiting display. The air is thick with the unmistakable scent of fermentation, but with a distinctly alien twist and aroma of sweetness, earthiness, and something faintly metallic, like the essence of stardust itself. Large vats line the room, the liquid inside swirling and pulsing with an otherworldly luminescence. Each drop of hydro weapon now rests in precision-engineered containers, their surfaces etched with intricate, foreign symbols. The labels are luxurious, decorated with gold-infused patterns that give the liquid an aura of aristocratic refinement. General Viral. Victory Vintage. They call it alien moonshine. Humans are paying top credit for it. He gestures toward a long assembly line where glass bottles are being filled with a shimmering liquid, sealed with ornate, embossed caps. The bottles are arranged neatly on conveyor belts, each one more elaborately designed than the last. The packaging has transformed from crude containment to luxury, a far cry from the destructive purpose it was originally intended for. Captain Solar. Sir, why does this weapon come in such a beautiful container now? The bottle he holds glints in the light, a far cry from the harsh, utilitarian canisters used during the height of the hydro weapon program. The bottle is delicate, crystalline, with swirling liquid inside that seems to dance like liquid fire under the light. The label is embossed with symbols, gilded with gold, and adorned with a holographic sticker that proudly displays, limited edition, Victory Vintage. A far cry from the terror it once represented. General Viral. Because. He hesitates, his voice thick with disbelief, his body rippling as the realization sinks in. It's no longer just a weapon. It's a commodity. A luxury. And humans will pay a fortune for it. Narrator. And so, what began as an instrument of fear and annihilation transformed into a booming business partnership. The galaxy's deadliest weapon, the very substance that had crushed empires, became Earth's most coveted spirit. The universe's most terrifying brew was now the finest drink in the galaxy's most sophisticated bars. Visual, bottles of hydro weapon being carefully packaged in ornate wooden crates, each one a unique combination of alien craftsmanship and human flair. A lavish marketing display is set up in the background, where human representatives showcase the product to eager crowds of wealthy patrons on Earth. Each bottle is treated like a rare gemstone, its provenance steeped in mystery, as if it holds the very power of the cosmos. Narrator. Because to humans, survival means finding a way to enjoy life, even if it means drinking what others fear most. Visual. The final scene reveals a high-class Earth bar, where patrons sip from crystal glasses, admiring the swirling, liquid glow of alien moonshine as it's poured delicately into their cups. On the shelves behind the bar, bottles of hydro weapon are displayed like luxury items. The camera lingers on the faces of the customers, intrigued and thrilled by the exotic, forbidden nature of the drink they've just acquired. And so, what began as an unstoppable force of destruction has been transformed into something entirely unexpected: a drink, a luxury, a cultural phenomenon. The deadliest weapon in the galaxy, once feared by all, is now the hottest commodity in the universe, sipped and savored by humans, who have found a way to turn terror into pleasure. But this is only the beginning. What does this strange and shocking turn of events mean for the future of the galaxy? Will other civilizations follow suit, turning their weapons into something else entirely? Or will humanity's discovery of this forbidden brew spark a far darker and more dangerous path? The galaxy is vast, and its mysteries are endless. But one thing is certain: the truth is out there, and it's stranger than we could ever imagine. What do you think? Could humanity turn more alien technologies into luxury items? Or has this discovery set in motion something we can't control? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode of Galactic Conundrums.